Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I, Muhammad Suhail, Assistant Professor of English, welcome you to my online class second year English from English Department, Government Postgraduate College, Attak. Students, you know that we are discussing the rules of adjective. We have discussed some and we shall discuss some more rules in today's lecture. When two objects are compared with each other, the latter term of comparison must exclude the former. For example, Delhi is bigger than any other city in India. If we say Delhi is bigger than any city in India, then we are saying Delhi is bigger than Delhi even, as any city in India includes Delhi also. And this is obviously wrong. So we will have to exclude Delhi from the other cities or the remaining cities because we have already mentioned it. In a comparison by means of a superlative, the latter term should include the former. For example, Delhi is the biggest of all cities in India. Of all men, he is the strongest. Kindly note the difference in this and previous rule so that you may get a clear-cut concept about the use of these rules. Later and latest refer to time. Here it is misspelled. It is not rhyme but time. For example, he came later than I expected. This is the latest news. Later and last refer to position. For example, the last player could not bat as he was injured. The later chapters are very interesting. Here you can see in the previous two examples the time has been mentioned and the third and the fourth one indicate the position. Later is used when there are two only, last when there are more than two. For example, of Manohar, Syam and Joshi. The latter is a driver. Incorrect because here we have more than two persons to be mentioned. Of Manohar, Syam and Joshi, the last is a driver. Elder and eldest are used only of person, usually members of the same family. For example, my elder sister is doing MBA from IIM Ahmedabad. My eldest brother is getting married today. Older and oldest are used of both persons and things. For example, this is the oldest building in the city. Anthony is the oldest boy in the class. Further means more distant or advanced, whereas farther is variation of further and means at a distance. Both the words can be used to indicate physical distance. For example, no one discussed the topic further. Kolkata is farther from the equator than Colombo. The comparative degree is generally followed by than, but comparative adjectives ending in or are followed by the preposition to. Here is should be omitted. For example, Akshay is inferior to Amir in intelligence. Amir is superior to Akshay in intelligence. He is junior to me, who was captain prior to Azhar. Adjectives such as square, round, perfect, eternal, universal, unique do not admit of the different degrees, so they cannot be compared. Thus, strictly speaking, we cannot say that a thing is more square, more round, or more perfect. But sometimes we do not make exception. Sorry, but sometimes we do make exceptions to this rule. For example, this is the most perfect specimen I have seen. Here, there is what we go against the rule that we have discussed. When the comparative form is used to express selection from two of the same kind or class, it is followed by of and preceded by the. For example, Ramesh is stronger of the two boys. When, then, or is followed by the third person pronoun, the verb is to be repeated. For example, Ram is not as clever as his brother is. When then or as is followed by first or second person pronoun, the verb can be omitted. For example, he is more intelligent than you. Here you can see that we have not written or. In comparing two things or classes of things, the comparative should be used. For example, of two evils, choose the lesser, not least. Which is the better, not best of the two. A very common form of error is exemplified in the following sentence. The population of London is greater than any town in India. The, the population of London is greater than that of any town in India. Sentence B is correct as the comparison is between the population of London and the population of any town in India. But you can see that in the first sentence, on the one hand, we are taking the population of London, and on the other hand, we are taking the town of India. So, both the noun that are to be compared, they should be in the same state or position, as it will become wrong to say on the one hand the population and on the other hand if we take the town itself. They should be in the same, you may say, category or state. Double comparatives and superlative should be avoided. For example, seldom had the little town seen a more costlier funeral. Wrong. Seldom had the little town seen a costlier funeral. Right. Seldom had the little town seen a more costly funeral. Preferable as the force of comparative and is followed by to. Phrase more preferable should not be used. For example, Coffee is more preferable to tea. Wrong. Coffee is preferable to tea. Right. Less refers to quantity whereas fewer refers to number. For example, no fewer than 50 miners were killed in the explosion. We do not sell less than 10 kilogram of tea. Certain adjectives do not really admit of comparison because their meaning is already superlative. Such words are unique, ideal, perfect, complete, universal, entire, extreme, chief, full, square, round. Therefore, phrases like most unique, most round, fullest, chiefest, etc. are wrong. If there is a gradual increase, it is generally expressed with two comparatives and not with positive. For example, it grew hot and hot. Incorrect. It grew hotter and hotter. Correct. Okay, students, thank you very much for watching. Allah Hafiz and take care.